politics.
I'm just trying to give you a look into
and
the
I am. You've given me a very interesting look, Jim.
I'm the average person as well.
You may be, but you've admitted you know absolutely nothing, but you're certain of your prejudices.
I'm certain that this is the way that it's going to be looked at by the people like...
In today's video, we're looking at a moment where James O'Brien, one of Britain's sharpest broadcasters, completely unravels a Trump supporter just by asking simple, direct questions. Even though this clip is from a few years back, I know a lot of you haven't seen it, and it perfectly captures the mindset we're still dealing with in 2025. So I wanted to bring it here, break it down with you, and share my thoughts. Let's watch the full exchange, and then I'll give you my take at the end.
All right, this is the atmosphere that Donald Trump has come into. The average Americans don't vote because they're just disenchanted with the entire thing. They think they're all crooks. It doesn't matter. And for people to scoff and say, oh, well, there's no proof of that. Oh, it can't be true.
Yes.
I'm sorry, man. I just think that's a little bit naive. Yeah, I mean...
So you're talking about an environment of... Because Trump is the crook that they thought all politicians were, but he comes...
But the thing is he's an honest crook, mate. Like, there's no, you know what I'm saying? He's not hiding it. You know, you say that, oh, Biden sounded like a statesman. Like, that's a good thing.
Yes.
It's not.
Right.
It's somebody who spent their life being a polished liar, taking corporate agenda and pushing it through.
Are you describing what you... Are you describing what you think now, or what you think they think?
This is what I believe, and this is what I've spoken to many of my friends back in America. We talk about these things, you know, and you've got the whole media juggernaut
if I asked you to persuade me that Joe Biden was a polished liar, what would you do?
I just pointed his 50-year career.
Yeah, well, go on.
How else could he possibly stay in power? I mean, this is the whole
that's
thing
a question. That's a question, not an answer.
From outside.
No, I know, but I just want you to.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't have any facts because I didn't know anything about Joe Biden before I heard his name as the elector.
But you're absolutely certain that he spent half a century lying.
If he's a politician, he's been in the job for that long. I don't see how he could avoid it.
But you just said you'd never heard of him before last year.
I don't need to hear.
He was vice president.
This is what I think of average American.
Shouting louder doesn't make any more sense because he was vice president for 8 years.
Right. Again, I'd never heard of him.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of him.
I mean, is it fair to suggest? Is it fair to suggest that you may not be the best qualified commentator on American politics?
I'm just trying to give you a look into...
And I am. You've given me a very interesting look, Jim.
I'm the average person as well.
You may be, but you've admitted you know absolutely nothing, but you're certain of your prejudices.
I'm certain that this is the way that it's going to be looked at by the people like Trump's followers.
No, that's why I said to you, are you telling me what you think, or are you telling me what you think they think?
I'm telling you what I think. I'm telling you.
And you think that Joe Biden,
between my friends that I've spoken to about the subject?
No, I understand that. I mean, I find it horrible what you're describing, but I don't think you're lying. I think you're being honest. So you can look at Donald Trump and see what you described as an honest crook, and there is all the evidence of his wrongdoing that goes back 50 years. And you know, we could make a list. We'd be here until Christmas.
Yep. The man's got immense character flaws.
Not character flaws. Criminality.
I do not think he's a good person.
But then you've got Joe Biden over there, and you've got no evidence whatsoever of his malfeasance or misbehaviour, but you're absolutely convinced he's a wrong-un. So would you mind if I...
Again, I would refer back to the Panorama program that I saw, which appalled me.
Yes, but was he in it?
A news crew can go over, pretend to be a lobbyist.
But was Joe Biden in? Was Joe Biden in it?
No.
So are you? I've got two questions. Do you recognise on any level how ridiculous you sound? And I say that affectionately.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I suppose so. So now.
And the second question is who did this to you? Where do you think this came from? Because you weren't born like this. At some point in the last 50 years, you've become a man who's absolutely convinced of things, despite having no evidence for it whatsoever. How do you think that happened?
Because I have been pulled over, and I have had police in America rewrite the arrest report. And I have had basically lies told in court about me, and I have had trouble in America.
And that's how you know that Joe Biden is not to be trusted.
This is my personal experience with the establishment.
Oh, what? Being pulled over by police in America.
That's right.
Okay. Well, it's been interesting talking to you, Jim.
I had a can of beer. That was unopened.
There's more.
Unopened in my car.
Yes.
And they wrote it up as an open container. and I ended up with a DUI.
And that's how you know that
Okay?
Joe Biden is corrupt.
What really strikes me about this clip, and why I wanted to bring it back even though it's from 2021, is how perfectly it captures the mindset we're still seeing in 2025. Nothing has changed. If anything, the contradictions have only gotten louder. What we just watched is the clearest snapshot of how MAGA thinking operates. Absolute certainty built on absolutely nothing. The moment James O'Brien applies even the smallest amount of pressure, the entire argument collapses. And it collapses because there's nothing underneath it. No facts, no evidence, no history. Just vibes, emotion, and the belief that repeating something somehow makes it true. You heard it yourself. This man literally describes Donald Trump as an honest crook. He admits Trump has character issues. He admits Trump has a history of wrongdoing. He even acknowledges there's a mountain of evidence supporting that. And yet somehow, in the same breath, he labels Joe Biden corrupt. Based on zero information. Not a document, not a case, not a moment in Biden's actual record. Nothing. Just a feeling. That's the world we're navigating right now. People holding two completely opposite ideas in their head and calling it logic. People who see Trump's flaws as authenticity, but invent flaws for Biden because the narrative demands it. People who confuse personal frustration, like a bad run-in with local police, with national political reality. It's a kind of political delusion that replaces truth with whatever feels convenient. And that's why this clip matters. It shows exactly how easily misinformation becomes identity, how quickly certainty replaces curiosity, and how dangerous it is when people stop asking questions and start defending beliefs they can't explain. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I really want to hear your perspective on this one. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one.